Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry about the glare in the background. It's just the sun beaming down. So, I'm returning to you for the Wednesday versus video for season 4, episode 15. And I hope you guys will enjoy this for Sick Puppies versus Atreyu. I got a chance to basically, well, not got a chance that I'm going to be talking about on the bands I've listened to for Sick Puppies and Atreyu. So, I'm going to discuss what I'm going to be talking about in this Wednesday versus video and let you know my thoughts on it overall, on who I deem to be the winner, the loser, or if I choose both as the winner. So let's dive into this Wednesday versus video today. So pretty much I'll start with Sick Puppies. They had a good start for their first 4-5 albums. Well, their first 4 albums were pretty strong. Like, you had Welcome to the Real World, or whatever that first album's name was. It was something in regards to Welcome to the Real World. And then you have the next album, which was probably one of my favorites. It had songs like All the Same, My World, Dressed Up as Life, which was one of their strongest records, by the way. And then Tripolar was a very underrated record that did have some good songs. And this was with the singer Shimon that was with the band. And basically, he was with the band until 2013 and then left the band due to uncertain reasons. But I think it was because they weren't agreeing with which way the band's direction wants to go in. With the direction the band wanted to go in was like a more rock pop kind of stuff, and I don't think he liked that. So he kind of just left. And now they have a new singer, Brian, and on Fury it was not a bad record, but the new record, oh my fucking god, that was not a good record at all. Wave the Bull was their worst. So I think 5 albums out of 6 are solid and strong, but the last record that came out March 28th of this year can go fuck itself for sure, because Wave the Bull was crap, and I didn't like that crap. I just, maybe a few songs I was like, okay, it's fine, but then it got to some cringy tracks like Knock Your Lights Out, Going Places, Friends Like You. It just, fuck them all. Fuck them all was another bad song. Halfway Home was just boring. So there were quite a bit of songs on that record that were very annoying and pretty bad. But for the other 5 records before Wave the Bull were pretty strong. Other than that, they could be a contestant for a winner, but I don't know. Now we're going to talk about Atreyu. Atreyu has a lot of good material. I mean, their earlier years were pretty strong. Like X's and O's was a pretty strong track. You had other songs. I think I didn't really get into them till like 2018 with the In Our Wake album, which did have some good songs on that record. And they had an original singer from the record, but basically he just left the band, and Brandon took over the vocals, even though he was the drummer and the backing vocalist, which he did have really strong vocals. But overall, Brandon and Mark's vocals and how they combine their vocals, even Mark does the screaming bits of it. Sometimes he does some clean vocals, but for what I listened to with Atreyu, I think when they did Baptize, that was a pretty strong record, in its own way, but it wasn't one of the best. It was good, but it did have some songs that were a little on the nose, like on the cringe side at times. But their last record, which was in 2023, what was it called? The Beautiful Dark of Life. I think it was the album's name in 2023, like late 2023. But from what I listened to, yeah, Atreyu does have good material, and if I were to choose a winner, I'd have to choose both in this case, because one, I like the earlier years of Sick Puppies. I don't like the new direction they're going in, basically, and it's kind of sucking. And Brian's kind of doing things with his vocals that is just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, don't get annoying with your singing. But overall, yeah, that's who I choose as the winner, both bands. I think they're both good in their own way, except for one album that one band has a flaw in, which is Wave the Bull by Sick Puppies. That was one of their worst records as of this year. And I included it in this basic Wednesday versus video. But yeah, I mean, earlier Atreyu was pretty strong. It may have had some hits and misses, but they're pretty strong from what I've listened to. And sorry about my yawning, I'm a little tired. I don't think I got a lot of sleep, but I'll probably take a nap sometime later. But for that being said, I choose both as the winner for this Wednesday versus video, and I hope you enjoyed this Wednesday versus video this afternoon. Thank you guys for watching.